transformer. This is very important, this topic. Okay. So now what will happen, since we know that in a complex power base will be same throughout the power system, but voltage base, whatever the given voltage base will be or whatever the voltage base we choose, that will change only when we encounter a transformer. So how that happens, let us see that. Now, in this case, what we can say that, sorry, okay, we can say that we have seen that in earlier cases, we have seen that transformer can be represented by a single reactance. Transformer can be represented by a single reactance. By using a single reactance, we can represent a transformer. Now, for doing that, let us consider a simple transformer. Consider a simple transformer which is magnetically coupled, that we have seen in the network analysis, so I don't need to go into the details of this. Okay, so let me draw this transformer, magnetically coupled transformer. Okay, so we have primary side these are the turn ratios. N1 and N2 are the turn ratios. V1 is and V2 is the voltage on the primary and secondary side, and I1 and I2 are the respective currents which will be flowing through the primary and secondary side. So consider the values various base values on primary and secondary side of transformer. Let's consider primary and secondary bases. Let's say on the primary side we have VIB and secondary side we have V2B. Primary side we have I1B, secondary side we have I2B, Z1B, Z2B is the impedance on the primary and secondary side. So magnetic coupling is basically what? Magnetic coupling is discontinuity of the circuit from primary to secondary side. What is this magnetic coupling? Magnetic coupling is a discontinuity of circuit from primary to secondary. Okay. In order to remove this, what we have, in order to remove this discontinuity, let us see. Discontinuity means that if we have voltage V1 on the primary side, secondary side the voltage will be different. So there is a discontinuity in the voltage. There's a discontinuity in the circuit. So in order to remove this, we have to make some analysis in terms of the per unit values. Let us see what we will be doing. In order to remove this, discontinuity, let us make the required analysis, or what, let us consider the required analysis, or if we do not want to write this, in order to remove this discontinuity, the required analysis is as follows. So what are the required analysis we will be doing? Let us see that what the required analysis will be done. So for that analysis, what we have to consider base and current and voltage base, current base and voltage base of primary side. Current base and voltage base of primary side, which will be, current base will be I1B, which we have written earlier at the top. V1B will be the voltage base. Similarly, current base and voltage base of secondary side, that will be I2B and V2B. Okay. Leakage impedance of primary side. Leakage impedance of primary side. So leakage impedance of primary side will be Z1, and that Z1 will be combination of resistance on the primary side, J, reactance on the primary side. Similarly, leakage impedance of secondary side will be Z2, that will be R2 plus J X2. Shunt branches, as I have already told number of times, will be ignored. Shunt branches are ignored in this case. Next is MVA rating of primary side is same as the MVA rating of secondary side. So MVA rating of primary side, because I have told you the complex power or the apparent power base will be same throughout the power system. MVA rating of the primary side is same as MVA rating of secondary side. V2 by V1 will be equal to I1 by I2 will be equal to N2 by N1. So that is the transformation ratio in terms of voltage, current, and number of turns that you know already. Here N2 by N1 is turn ratio, or turn ratio, or we also call it transformation ratio. Transformation ratio that you already know, so we need not know. I'll add a page. Okay, so next is just a second. Okay, next, this was the transformation. So from this equation we can write, let us say N2 by N1 is equal to K, and we can also write V2 by V1 is equivalent to K, and that means V1 will be equal to V2 by K. From this expression we can get I1 by I2 is also equal to K, and which implies that I1 will be equal to K times of I2. So these are the expression we are getting from the above relationship, and that you know this is a transformation ratio. So let's first concentrate on the primary side. Primary side, that's what our aim is, to find a per unit voltage on the either side of the transformer has to be same, whether it's current, voltage, or impedance. That I already told you. Now let's prove it today. Primary side voltage in PU, that will be heading here. Voltage in per unit. Okay. So we can write primary side voltage in terms of per unit as actual value of the voltage, and what is the base value. Base value is V1B. We have already told you that base one on the primary side is V1B, secondary side V2B, which further we can write V1. We can choose it from here. You can see V1 is V2 by K here from the above expression. V1 is V2 by K. On the similar ground, whatever the relation exists in the actual values, same will exist in the per unit values as well as in the base values. So V1B can be written as V2B divided by K. Base value will have same relationships. K and K will get cancelled. So this will be V2 divided by V2B. This is nothing but per unit voltage on the secondary side of the transformer. So number one relationship, we have proved that per unit voltage on the either side of the transformer is same. The value is same in this case. So that was the first we were discussing last time, also saying that per unit values of the impedance, current, and transformer will remain the same. So we can write here first relationship, V1 in per unit will be equal to V2 in per unit. So very important expression, this one. That means whatever the voltage exists in the primary side in per unit, same will be on the secondary side also. Next, I can write here then primary and secondary side, primary and secondary voltages are same when represented in PU. It's very clear. Very easy expression. Whatever the relation exists in the what you call actual, that same will exist in the same relationship exists in the base values also. There is nothing change in the relationships. Next is primary side current in per unit. So next expression for the current. Primary side current in PU. Okay. So we know what is the primary side current in per unit. If we have to find this is the actual value of current divided by the base value of current, that will be I1B. We have discussed this. So I1 is K I2 from the expression we have just now derived it. I2B, it will be K I2B. KK gets cancelled, so this will be I2 divided by I2B. Okay, so that is nothing but value of the current in per actual value divided by the base value of the current is nothing but per unit value of the current on the secondary side. So we can also conclude that whatever the per unit value of the current will be on the primary side, same value will exist on the secondary side also. This expression is also important for us. Okay, now third, MVA rating. So I can again write here for your information, primary and secondary current are same when represented in per unit. So value of the currents will remain the same when we are talking about the per unit analysis. Third is MVA rating of primary side. Okay. Okay. So we know that apparent power rating or the complex power rating SNB is multiplication of primary base voltage multiplication of the primary base current, that we know already. S1B can be further written as V1B, we have already got it. It is V2B by K, whereas I1B is K I2B. That relationship we have seen above. Whatever the relationship exists in the actual absolute system, same relationship exists in the base. I am repeating again and again. So I further can write here S1B, K and K gets cancelled, so it will be V2B multiplied by I2B. So this is nothing but S2B. So here I will conclude that complex power rating both on the primary and secondary side of the transformer are same when we talk about per unit, when they are in per unit, that about the per unit analysis, they will remain the same. Okay, I'll add a page. Okay, till now I think everything is clear. Moomin?
Yes, sir, I Sumesh.
Okay, if there is any doubt, you can raise your query. Okay, now third is primary side impedance base in per unit. Sorry, this is fourth. Primary side impedance base in per unit. Okay, this is the one. Primary side impedance base, let us say Z1B, that we have talked about. Primary side impedance base is Z1B. Z1B is V1B, I1B. V2, we can write V1B as V2B by K. I1B can be written as K into I2B. So here, this expression is further equal to, so it will become 1 by K square. You can bring this K here. This is in denominator. This will become 1 by 1 upon K into 1 I2B. So, and this will become V2B divided by I2B. Now, V2B by I2B is what? Z2B. So, 1 by K square of Z2B. So, that means impedance on the primary side is same as secondary side, but that only differs by an expression of 1 by 2, whatever is the value of K. If it is 1:1, then it is same. If the ratio differs, then the value will be a bit different. So we can write here impedance base of primary and secondary side differ by a factor of 1 by K square. They differ only by the factor of 1 by K square. Now moving further, impedance referred to primary side. Machines, you have studied it. I'm just repeating it again. Primary side, let us call it Z01. That Z01 is it because it's a primary side, so that will be Z1 will be itself. Z2 will be divided by the transformation ratio, that is K square. Okay, this is one. Second, impedance referred to secondary side Z02. Z02 will be written as Z2, and this side it will be K plus K square into Z1, that you know already from the machines, because we are referring to the primary side, referring to the secondary. If we refer to primary side, that will be divided by K square. If we refer to secondary side, that will be multiplied by that. You already know that, we have seen already above also. Okay, so this is referred to. Let's talk about impedance referred to the secondary side, Z02. So I can further write this Z02 as Z2. How I will write? I can write this Z2 plus K square Z1. So here Z2 can be written as, how we have written Z2, you can see here above. Okay, fine. We can just manipulate it, nothing else. Okay, let me take K square common. So here what I can write Z1 plus Z2 by K square. Just I have taken common, you can multiply this inside and you will get the same expression. What is this K square? Z1 plus Z2 by K. Z1 plus, it is Z0 1. You can see above. So this is nothing but Z0 1. Very clearly, this is Z0 1. So here also, you can say the impedance referred to the secondary side will be equal to K k square times the impedance referred to the primary side. So again, the values of the referred values of the impedance either to the primary or secondary, it will also differ by a factor of k square. So what I can write here, per unit impedance referred to primary side, that is Z1 per unit, and that is Z1 per unit, and per unit impedance referred to secondary side, that is Z2 per unit, Z2 per unit. Okay, per unit reference to primary side will be Z1 per unit impedance referred to secondary side is Z2 per unit. So that's the symbolic notation. Now Z1 per unit is given by what? Actual value of Z1 divided by the base value of Z1, that is Z1b. Actual value we can referred, if this is referred, so we can write it Z01 because it's referred. It's not simple impedance, it's referred to primary side, so that is Z01, what we have seen above. So Z01 can be also written as Z02 divided by k square. Just now we have seen this expression. Similarly, Z1b, it can be also written as Z2b divided by k square, because whatever the relationship exists in the absolute system, same will exist in the base values also. So k square gets cancelled. Z02 divided by Z2b, actual value, that itself will be Z2 per unit. So again, we are repeating it. Okay. I will be repeating it again. Here, Z1 per unit is actual, because it's a referred per unit impedance referred to primary. So that will be actual values of the referred impedance divided by the base value. So actual value can be written as Z0t by k square. That will be Z2b by k square. K square gets cancelled. Z02 by Z2b. So whatever the per unit value of impedance is on the primary side, same will be on the secondary side. I hope this is clear. There should be no doubt. So next is drawing the circuit of transformer in per unit representation. Circuit of drawing the circuit of transformer in PU representation. So let me see how we can know this. Okay. Okay. So let us draw this. Okay. And here we can say Z1, this is Z1 per unit, Z2 per unit. Fine. Because the shunt branches will not be considered, and then we have the impedance value same, voltage value same. This is a parallel circuit, voltage values in per unit will be same. Current we have seen here same. It's a series circuit. So here, let me add a page first. here we can say that V1 per unit is equal to V2 per unit. That's the expression what we derived. I1 per unit will be equal to I2 per unit, and therefore V2 per unit divided by V1 per unit is 1, because both are same. Values on the voltage on the either side is same, which we call K in per unit. Okay, transformation ratio it can be. So similarly, I1 per unit divided by I2 per unit is also equal to same, because this is also transformation ratio in per unit, because values are same on the either side of the transformer. So K per unit, that is transformation ratio in per unit, is always 1. So that's why the per unit values on the either side are same. So let me mention this point. Transformation ratio is transformation ratio is 1 per unit in PU domain when K is equal to 1. The transformer is called isolated transformer. इसको कहते हैं, we name this as isolated transformer. Very important. Ideal transformer होता है when the ratio is 1, then we call it isolated transformer also. Isolated transformer. Okay. Okay, I think up to here we don't have any problems. Is there any doubt? Momin?
No sir, clear है.
Okay, it's a simple thing. Simple बना के present किया है, difficult नहीं है कुछ भी. You have to go through it again. बिल्कुल simple चीजें हैं ये. Simple analysis, very simple analysis, और बिल्कुल इसको simplified way में I have explained it in a very simplified way, the best way it can be done. Anyway, let's take an example. How to select a base. So next will be in this topic only. Okay. Next is how to select base in transformer. It's very important. How to select base in transformer. So let's see how we can, what are the things which we'll be considering here to select the base of the transformer. And we are talking about the voltage base only. Complex power base can be also seen. Okay. Okay, let me draw the transformers. Number 1, I can draw okay, so that is number 2 and this is number 3 case. 3 cases we are taking, and let us see how we can choose the base of a transformer. Okay, so let us say in this case the voltage ratio is 132 kV by 220 kV, and complex power base or apparent power base is 100 MVA. Second case, again it is 100 MVA, complex power base. Transformer ratio from primary to secondary is 132 kV by again 220 kV. Okay. Third, again complex power base will be same, MVA, 100 MVA. And again the transformer ratio is 132 kV on the primary side, 220 on the secondary side. These are the three cases I am taking. Selection of base value is an independent phenomenon. That's an, you can choose a base value, but overall actual values should not. Per unit values can change, can be modified, but actual values should not change. So I will make first thing, selection of base values is an independent phenomena. So that's not dependent on anything. Okay, number one. What is the proper way of selecting a base? Okay, that we'll see. Proper way of selecting a base in case of a transformer. So let's consider first case. Now let us say SB is 200 MVA. We are talking about the primary side, and this will be secondary side. On the secondary side, it is also same. And let's say voltage base we have got on the primary side is 132 kV and this is 200 kV. Case number one. Now if we select 132, if we select 132 kV, then in that case this selection is wrong. Why? What's the reason? Base selection is, I'll repeat it again, it's 132 divided by 200 kV. On the primary 132, it will step up to 200 kV. Then in this case, the base selection will be wrong, because that will be 220 divided by 132. Okay? 220 divided by 132 is not equal to 200 by 132. So what is 220 is coming? Yeah. This 220, you can see, let me put it first second here. Second, what is the second choice? Second choice is SB and VB, and this is primary side. I'm sorry. This is primary side and this is secondary side. Here I have used SB as 100 MVA. 200 MVA. 132 kV. Base selection. So here, in case of first, if we choose this base, 200 divided by 220 divided by 132 will not be same as 200 divided by 132. So base selection here is not possible. Per unit representation of transformer will not be possible, because the base selection has to be somewhat almost the same. Here, if we choose 100 MVA on primary side, so secondary side we have 200 MVA. 100 MVA will not be equal to 200 MVA. Hence, again, base selection will be wrong. Now, third case, what I will say, let me use this now. So this way, the two ways, base selection will not be correct. Now, let me use the third way now. Now, third choice I can use, and I will give the reason also, SB and VB on the primary side and on the secondary side. Okay, let's say this is 150 MVA and this is 150 MVA. See here, primary side is not equal to second side. That's what base selection is wrong. And I'm talking of the complex power base in this case. In this case, voltage base ratio of primary side will not be equal to the this 220 by 132 will not be same as 200 divided by 132. So it is almost different. That's why the selection is not correct. Now in this case, see data here, 100 kV. Okay. So now the secondary side base, how I have to select, you should remember always, secondary side it will depend on the transformation ratio. So what is the transformation ratio? Transformation ratio is secondary, let's say it is 220 divided by 132. So this is the correct method of choosing the base value. Okay, this is the correct method of choosing. I'm using again first one, the values are not same. Second, again the complex values are not same. So third one, when I'm using the voltage base, so how I have to choose? If you have a look at the above transformers, so 30, yeah, so that will be 220, 100 if the base value we are choosing, 100 if this is on the primary side of the transformer, that will be 100 multiplied by the transformation ratio. So whenever we have a base value, in case of a transformer, whenever we are selecting a particular base value on the primary side of the transformer, the secondary side base will be always selected by multiplying the primary base value by the transformation ratio, that is by secondary by primary. This is the way you can get the appropriate value on the either side of the transformer. So this is the way how you can use the base values. So this is a correct method. Third, we can write here per unit representation is possible for transformer, for this transformer. So to remove the discontinuity, we have to multiply by, to remove this magnetic coupling, there's a magnetic discontinuity, so that has to be multiplied by the ratio, transformation ratio, that the voltage base will be selected. Neither we can select this, neither we can select this, so this is not the way to select. The proper way of selecting the base value is primary, it will be given to you, so secondary will be multiplied by the transformation ratio. I hope this is very clear. There is nothing in this case. Let's do one or two problems today. We'll do small numerical problems, then we'll go to big conventional problems we have to do also, which are in the book. So today we'll be selecting some basic problems only. Okay, then we'll go for the conventional problems. These are gate numericals as well as the other competitive exams. So let's say problem number 1. These are small problems. Okay. We have a 75 MVA. I should have written this, but 10 kV synchronous generator. Synchronous generator has XD, that is the direct access transient reactance, we call it. You have studied that in the machines as 4 per unit. So what you are expected to find the value in per unit to base is given to you. Base is 100 MVA, comma 11 kV. Is you have to fill this space. I'll repeat this question again. 75 MVA 10 kVA generator, synchronous generator, will have a direct access transient reactance in per unit as 0.54. On a new base, the base is given to you 100 MVA, that is the complex power base, and the voltage base is 11 kV. You have to find the value of per unit find the value in per unit to the base of itna is. That means you have to find the impedance. Here it will be reactance, XD new. This is XD old, this is XD new. So we can write here ratings of synchronous generator are given to us. Synchronous generator. What are those ratings? So we have 75 MVA is given to you, complex power base rating. Also we have been given voltage as 10 kilovolts, and we have been also given as XD is equivalent to 0.4. This is the data given to us. Okay. So also it is given that S base will be given to us as 100 MVA. On this base value, we have to find the new XD value. V base is given to us as 11 kV. It is given. So these are the base values. What are these new base values? You have to be very clear. New base values. I already told you, new base values. Others are the old values. So what are you expected to find? You are expected to find XD new. So we know the formula. XD new or Z per unit new, it is the same thing because that was Z there. Here is X. So this is a purely a reactive circuit. So we have to find XD new. That will be same formula. XD old multiplied by SB new divided by SB old multiplied by VB old divided by VB new. This is the formula you have to remember. We have derived this formula in terms of Z, and we can extend it to the X. Please make sure that when you have to find the value in per unit to the base of this, that means it's always a new values of bases. On which base values you have to find, that itself means that you have to find on the new base values. So these are the new base values. So substituting the value in this case, XD new will be given as, what is XD old? That is 0.4. It's an old value very clearly. Per unit value. What is SB new? SB new is 100. What is SB old? That was the old data for the transformer, 75. Multiplied by, what is VB old? VB old is this, 10. What is VB new? VB new is 11 whole square. So if you calculate this value, XD new will be equal to, that will be equal to 0.4407 in per unit. This is the correct answer for this. So I hope you have understood how the data will be written and what you are expected to find. Whatever the ratings of the generator will be given, those ratings are old values all. And the base value which you have to find the new reactance value, that is that are all the new value, that are the new base values. So accordingly you have to see the question. The next we can see a question. So today we are doing a simple problems only. Next we will be doing bigger problems. At 25 MVA, comma 33 kV transformer has per unit impedance of 0.9 pu. So these are again all old data. The per unit impedance at new base 50 MVA at, that are the new base values now, at 11 kV is, so same type of numerical. Okay, let us find this solution. So what are the given ratings? What are the given ratings of transformer are? You should in bracket write these are the old ratings. So I will write given ratings of transformer. What are the given ratings are? These are old ratings. So I will write that SB old is 25 MVA, VB old is 33 kV. These are all old ratings. That means old values. You have to make sure that these are all old values. The new values will be given to you. And we'll write here new base values. New base values is S base is 50 MVA, V base is 11 kV. Okay. So Z per unit new, again the same formula. Now it is impedance. Earlier it was reactance. Will be, you have to remember this formula, Z per unit old into S base new divided by S base old multiplied by V base old V base new whole square. This is the formula. You have to again and again write it. Okay, now Z per unit new will be 0.9. This is SB old is, SB new is 50, SB old is 25, VB old is 33, VB new is 11 kV whole square. So that will be something 0.9 into 2 into 3, 3 these are 9, 18 into 0.9, that will be something around, you can reactance or XT new or ZP unit, because this is purely reactance only. There is no, why I am writing XT of transformer, because this is purely reactance. Okay, there will be no resistance at all. Resistance is not given. So that is, or you can write ZP, whatever you want to write, doesn't matter at all, is equal to 16.2 per unit. Very simple numericals. These are GATE exams, these last. So we'll be continuing with these numericals in the next chapter, the next classes. These were the few of the class today. Okay, so I think first of all I will stop the recording.